and your photos, a manhole, like a manhole. Oh, it's not fine. Go your chromote as a corner woman. I say, I can't pass seriously. It's not good. So, Abano Jena, or Jeno Yeni, now on your hair, your paracho.
Uncertainty graves artisans and traders at Odifo Asari Park in Kumasi following a High Court ruling.
If you look at the way things are going on, it's not fair for us. Because we have been there for almost 40 years. And the judgment, His Lordship give it to us. It's not fair for us.
Still to come, Boys Factory Season 5 live shows kick off this Saturday.
We keep saying that this is a voice factory. We're literally taking them through a production process. We are grooming them, we are nurturing them. So that even if you don't win the 20,000 cities at the end of the day, you've learned something. You become a better entertainer and you can go out there and chase your passion.
And later on CNR Business. Cocoa farmers want government to increase the price of cocoa or risk losing cocoa farms to Galamsey.
They are supporting farmers in the catchment area always, about 5 years now. That helped increase our productions now.
I'm grateful for choosing us. Let's begin our bulletin from the camp of the NPP because as the party gears up to select a new flag bearer for the upcoming 2024 general elections, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has officially filed his nomination, expressing his desire to lead the party into the elections with a digital transformation agenda. Dr. Bawumia envisions positioning Ghana as the digital hub of Africa. Further details are provided in the following report.
The race for the NPP flag-bearer ticket has intensified with the approaching end of President Akufo-Addo's tenure. 10 presidential hopefuls have picked up nomination forms to compete in the upcoming party primaries in November. Just a few days ago, former Trades Minister Alan Tremantin submitted his forms, garnering support from influential party members such as former Communications Director Boabing Asamoah. On this occasion, it was Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's turn to file his nomination. The Vice President's arrival was greeted by a large gathering of supporters, accompanied by music and enthusiastic singing. What was initially expected to be a simple nomination filing turned into a lively rally at the NPP headquarters. The premises became overcrowded with supporters, leading to some chaos as individuals attempted to enter the building. Members of Parliament, ministers, and prominent figures within the NPP showed up to demonstrate their support for the Vice President's candidacy. Supporters of Dr. Bawumia took turns mounting the podium, rallying behind him.
Western Radio for see ya baby, oh, yeah baby. Chaboy. The best person to represent the NPP party for Ghana is Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Voter region, but to go on now. Let the fish of him. You need your point about America. Nothing one now. Africa gather on Yaman.
Amid thunderous cheers, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia took the stage, accompanied by the Second Lady Samira Bawumia. He then unveiled his ambitious digital transformation agenda for the country, outlining his vision to propel Ghana to become the leading digital hub in Africa.
My dear friends, I have my own vision for Ghana. I believe that it is time to move Ghana to the next level by building on the foundations we have put in place so far. Together with you, I want to see a Ghana where we leverage technology, data and systems for inclusive economic growth. I want to make Ghana the digital hub of Africa. I want us to bridge the digital divide and apply digital technology and artificial intelligence for the transformation of healthcare, education, and public service delivery, amongst others. Together with you, I want to see a Ghana with an education system tilted towards STEM, robotics, artificial intelligence, digital and vocational skills to cope with the demands of the fourth industrial revolution. Together with you, I want to see a Ghana where we cater for the poor, the vulnerable, the excluded, and the sick. Together with you, I want to see a Ghana where we attain food security in the shortest possible time through the application of science and data.
Additionally, the Vice President shared his economic vision for the country.
It is possible for Ghana to be like the advanced nations if we put our minds to it and put our energies behind it. It is possible. With the technologies available, the new ones that are emerging, and a renewed mindset, we can leapfrog impossibilities and make the unimaginable possible. It is possible to break the eight in order to continue with the transformational policy we have started. It is possible. And that is why I am offering myself in all humility to contest in the primaries of this phenomenal party, the great new patriotic party, to become our flag bearer and presidential candidate for 2024. And inshallah,
the race for that NPP flag bearer ticket is heating up. It was Alan a few days ago, and now the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has filed his nomination to contest November polls. He talks about his digital transformation agenda he shared with the supporters who came here to rally behind him. He's urged the NPP delegates to vote him come November. We're told that next week the former Minister of Agric, the Honorable Owusu Efri-Akoto, will also be filing his nomination. My name is Charles Osukume. I've been reporting for Citi News from the NPP's headquarters here in Accra.
Now, residents of Tishi are calling on contractors to expedite the completion of the first phase of rehabilitation works on major inner roads in the community, enabling the commencement of the second phase. The government has set a 6-week timeline for the completion of the first phase of the inner road reconstruction project in response to residents' complaints about the poor conditions of the roads. Citi News' Kennedy Chumasi visited the community 3 weeks after the initial report and has more in this report, also read to you by Ni Latilate.
3 weeks ago, I was here at the Teshi community to report on the road networks here. And in the report, I revealed that most of the inner roads here are in poor shape. Shortly after the report, and coupled with a demonstration by residents, the government announced the immediate reconstruction or rehabilitation works on most of the inner roads. Today, we are here to assess the situation and find out how far these rehabilitation works have been.
The Teshi Inner Roads Rehabilitation Project has been underway for the past 3 weeks, and the contractor expects to complete the first phase of the project soon. The government initiated the project in response to residents' complaints about the deplorable conditions of the roads. The roads were plagued with potholes of various sizes, deep cracks and crumbling surfaces, causing numerous challenges for both motorists and pedestrians.
The road is not good at all. It's not motorable. Let me put it that way, because you don't enjoy driving on it, and the potholes, they are even beyond potholes. Yes, so I think it is hard time the road is fixed for us. Yes.
According to the Lejokuku Assembly, the first phase of the inner roads to be rehabilitated in the Teshi community includes Ajorman to Lekma, Ajorman to First Junction, Manfe Junction to Yomo Specs, and Teshi Mobile to Tribler last stop stretch. During Citi News' assessment of the project 3 weeks later, significant progress was observed in the rehabilitation works on some of the roads slated for construction. Progress has also been made from Ajorman to Lekma, with ongoing works observed on the road when Citi News arrived on site. Progress has also been made from Ajorman to First Junction. Although the site engineer declined to speak on camera, he assured Citi News that the first phase of the road works would be completed within given timeline. However, residents are urging the government to expedite the rehabilitation works for the second phase to begin.
And the whole of Teshi roads are very, very bad, especially into the estates there. If you get there, it's very bad. I don't know. They are saying they are doing it in gradually. I don't know. That is the first phase, and they are going to do it about for 6 weeks. And it's almost 4 weeks now. And it's just up and down, up and down. So we are hoping that they will do it as scheduled. After 6 weeks and it is not done, I think we have to pour on the road again in our numbers, because we can see that if you don't demonstrate, they will never come to your plea. Yeah.
Me a job bawa and that's a canteen. It is a futuro no a bebrisana and why and cry ya juma around no. Into no omoye nyamisha omwa a quino. Babuay, nothing so. Yes, Roma said Omunya enu Third Avenue my Third Avenue Washington Bay hono. Omoya Boya, a call babia, honyano, Omonyana Kunimunya fe.
When Citi News visited the Manfe Junction to Yomo Specs and Teshi Mobile to Tribler last stop stretch, it was observed that construction work had not yet commenced. Drivers were seen maneuvering around potholes, putting themselves at risk and disrupting smooth transportation. In response to this, residents expressed mixed reactions about the progress.
That empire says a crown. So the way who's what behind the chronity. So, what talk? Now the more be not the year, Duma. No, but I catch out a can I say, oh, once to me, Duma. I can say, well, I got this canoe. A quano Gusa Oye. But when you until the Oye and Yakaswaye, because 150 free tribro, and for machine messia. Until the Oye and one Ogusa Oye, it is only baby I say, I buy no your choir, Omugua, Ogusa Oye. But when you free back one, you come in. Want to be free the Oye and to some people for us. I just a wire. As I won't say we are attending suffering to the Oye, the Oye, the Oye is 1 year, until the Oye and Mummy and Casawaye, and the Oye and Casawaye, and when you partisan and free.
It is evident that construction has begun on 2 out of the 4 inner roads announced by the government. However, rehabilitation work on the Manfe Junction to Yomo Specs and Teshi Mobile to Tribler last stop stretch is yet to commence. Additionally, the second project involving inner roads in Greater Estates, Teshi Market, Coffee Street, Testing La Scala has not yet started. Citi News spoke to a driver at Greda Estate who expressed concern about the delay.
Enya potosu, a manhole. Manhole, a manhole. Oh, it's not fine. Because your chromote, a corner woman, and say I'm trying to answer. Because I say I can't pass seriously. It's not good. So abandon Jenna, or Jenna, on your hair, your pato.
The assembly believes that work on these roads will commence immediately after the completion of the first phase.
Now, the Deputy Minister of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, Martin Kwekuje Mensah-Kosa, has emphasized the importance of Metropolitan, Municipal and District Assemblies, MMAs, supplementing grants from the Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development GARID project with internal generated funds, IGF. This statement was made during the recently concluded 5-day inspection tour of ongoing desilting works conducted by 17 MMAs under the GARID project. Citi News' Rachel Engman brings us the report read to you by Nashika Caesar.
The Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development has completed its 5-day visit to the Metropolitan and Municipal Assemblies benefiting from the Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development GARID project. The purpose of the visit was to assess the progress of the silting works on local drains in these assemblies. Out of the total sum of $3,250,000 allocated by the local government ministry, $1,300,000 was disbursed to the 17 beneficiary assemblies for the desilting of local drains and other drainage improvement works. Each municipal assembly received 420,000 Ghana cedis. During the last day of the tour, the delegation led by the Deputy Sector Minister visited Ga West, Ga North, Ga Central and Ablekuma North municipalities. On Friday, the Deputy Minister of Local Government, Martin Kwekuje Mensah-Kosa, addressed the media and urged the various MMAs to utilize internal generated funds to supplement the completion of their project rather than solely relying on grants from GARID.
What is being done is mainly with GARID funding or donations or grants, but the IGF of the various assemblies must come to complement, and that is what will hold them all year round to make sure that they put some money aside to do these activities and not wait till the rain starts, then we go around with media men, and then when it's all done, we'll go to rest. Another year on, we will begin another journey. It's not going to happen. We will be on them to ensure that it's a routine activity and that the place is kept well at all times.
Dr. Kwejo Ohene-Safo, GARID project coordinator, mentioned that besides the annual operation and maintenance grant provided to beneficiary MMAs, the project also supports the assemblies in conducting cleanup exercises and sensitization campaigns in flood-prone communities along the Odor River Channel. He appealed to the MMAs to enforce sanitation bylaws to ensure that the project's progress is not undermined by the actions of a few individuals in society.
Sources that the project is bringing is helping to mitigate the extent of flooding. We are happy with that. Hitherto, some drains that had never seen any desilting are now being desilted, which will allow for better flow of the runoff. That said, we also understand the limitations our project has, which is that we don't have everything they need for them to do their project. It would require that the assemblies have to be even more creative, more inventive. At the same time, they have to also use their statutory powers.
Meanwhile, the Ablekuma North Municipal Assembly has commenced the silting works on drainage systems in its municipality as previously promised.
See me, why have we not done the thing? And I said that we are doing certain paperwork before we start. And I promised starting on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, by God's grace, we started. And as you can see, the work is going on. So I think the promise that I gave you, and I thank God that you also come back to come and do follow-up. So you can see things for yourself. So this one I'm not to say anything. Whether I'm doing it or not, you will say it for the public to know.
Let's head to the Ashanti region now, because a sense of uncertainty looms over the hundreds of artisans and traders operating at Odifo Asare Park at Amakom in Kumasi as they fear the potential loss of their livelihood following a High Court ruling on Friday, June 16. Although the lawyer for the group has served notice that his clients will appeal the decision, the affected persons are calling on the Asantehene and President Akufo-Addo to intervene. Middle Belt Bureau Chief Edward Oponmafo has more.
For nearly 4 decades, these artisans have utilized their 3.4-acre land for their businesses. The area is home to various skilled workers, including mechanics and vendors selling food items. However, a long-standing legal dispute has cast doubt on their ownership rights, with a private individual claiming the land as her own. Consequently, over 300 artisans have been engaged in a court battle against the private individual seeking to assert their rights to the land. Disappointment filled the air as the affected individuals gathered at the Law Court complex in Kumasi to hear the High Court ruling, which ultimately declared the land to belong to the private individual.
As you see, my members, they are all angry because if you look at the way things are going on, it's not fair for us. Because we have been there for almost 40 years. And the judgment, His Lordship give it to us. It's not fair for us. Because as you see the members, we are almost 1,000 plus. The judge cannot displace all these people. We have widows there, we have singing parents there, we have isota sellers there. We have trouble operators there, so we are all one.
In light of this verdict, the aggrieved individuals are now reaching out to the Asantehene and President Akufo-Addo appealing for their intervention to prevent the potential loss of their source of livelihood.
If you go on strike, even 1 week, you can see the mess that we create in this town, this Kumasi. Because a lot of work we did there. So we are appealing the government and then His Majesty Otunfo to come in, to intervene that we are his sons, we are his daughters, we are our brothers. We want place to work so that we can get something from hand to mouth.
So is it now you want that even if you are being asked to leave the area, you want to be given another place to work? Is that the case?
No. We want to stay there. We don't want any place. We want to stay there. Because that land is not for that woman.
Emmanuel Ade, the lawyer representing the affected persons, has expressed the intention to appeal the court's decision on behalf of his clients. He urges the artisans in the area to remain calm during the process, assuring them that legal action would be taken.
We'll go for a copy of the judgment, study the judgment, and then decide on the next line of action to take. Definitely we'll go on appeal.
And so for now, are the people here asked to leave right now?
No, they are not asked to leave. They will go for a stay of execution and then take it over from there.
So for how long are they going to operate here?
They are entitled to be here, insofar as they haven't gone into execution. And we'll apply, we'll go on this thing, we'll file a notice of appeal, then stay execution, and then take it up from there.
And so it means that they are allowed to operate at least for some months?
Yes. Not for some months. They are allowed to operate. Not if he hasn't taken any step, they should stay calm. They shouldn't take the law into their own hands.
Efforts to contact the private individual involved in the case have thus far been unsuccessful.
These aggrieved artisans are disappointed following the decision by the court to rule against them. They fear that this will affect their source of livelihood, and as such, they want the relevant authorities such as the Asantehene and government to intervene. For Citi News, I'm Edward Opodmafo, Kumasi.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Still to come. Member of Parliament for Ningo Prampram Samuel Nati George urges Parliament to prioritize the tabling of the LGBTQ Bill 2021 for consideration. We have details of this and other stories coming up shortly. Please do stay.
Middle, you're not Biana. I'm going to you about this way every time I can say baby shit. My gosh.
Junior!
I'm saying so enough for maybe the no.
Sister Cospa, it's a winning gas.
I'm using the why. Why?
Down Yankanawa.
Ah, Sister Cos, use gas. Gas here fast, easy, convenient. And wow.
Let me see your hand.
This is the neighborhood I'm having my twins.
The very reason why I took it for us. See, the price is very good and it's spacious to contain all of us.
Alphabet City. Now I'm a landlord. I don't pay rent. And my Airbnb business is booming.
To me, Pamini, bank and I'm not Alphabet City. The pension pay me 20%. The payment plan, I want to share my just say, very smooth.
This is a healthy place to raise our families and creating peace. Come on, be my neighbor.
Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Alphabet City is a classy and peaceful gated community in Sakumono. We have 24/7 top-notch security and high-quality access roads. We have 3 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, 3 bedrooms and 3 washrooms with boys' quarters. We have 3 bedrooms and 4 washrooms. We have 2 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, all with beautiful kitchens and kitchenettes. Call Alphabet City on 0240-111119 or 050-449999. Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Every father deserves to be celebrated. Let Malcolm help you brighten Dad's big day. Enjoy a whopping 20% discount on your purchases from this Friday 16th to Sunday 18th. Put a smile on your daddy's face. Make this Father's Day even more special with Malcolm. Terms and conditions apply. Malcolm, where Ghana shops.
You're welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. Let's bring you more stories now. And the Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Samuel Nati George is urging the Business Committee of Parliament to prioritize the tabling of the Proper Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Families Values Bill 2021 for consideration. The report on the bill, which aims to proscribe LGBT activities and provide protection and support for children and individuals who are victims of LGBT, was laid in the House on March 30, 2023 by the Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee. Now, during the presentation of the business statement for the upcoming week, Samuel Nati George, who is the lead advocate of the bill, called for swift action to be taken on it. Citi News' parliamentary correspondent Ni Ayikwe Okain has more in this report.
Reacting to the business statement presented to the House by the Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Fenyomaken for the ensuing week, the Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Samuel Nati George urged the Business Committee of the House to consider tabling for consideration the LGBT bill. Now, this is a bill that seeks to proscribe LGBT activities and provide for the protection and support of children and persons who fall victims to LGBT. The bill was presented to the plenary on March 30, 2023 for consideration.
The Majority Leader spoke on the business statement. He spoke about bills that have been referred to committees that they need to work on. I just want to draw the attention of the Business Committee to a private member's bill that has already had its report from committee late, the promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values bill, that they should table that for business of the House. We can begin to sit on it and do the second reading pending other government business. So if they can table it for next week, we'll be grateful.
In respect of that bill, there's a court action pending which Mr. Speaker has been made a party. The Speaker brought the court action to the attention of leaders. And so I think in considering program or not programming it, you may wish to discuss with the Speaker and what steps you may take before you program them.
Speaking to journalists after a stakeholder engagement with the Youth Parliamentarians Forum, the Chief Executive Officer of the National Youth Authority, Pius Enam Hajide, says the government is taking steps towards a possible reduction of taxes on sanitary pads to ensure its affordability.
Period poverty has become a major challenge, even for in-school young ladies, because during that critical time in the month, there are many students who feel shy to go to school, but it is a natural occurrence. It will happen. So we need to educate the young ladies, the young girls first and foremost. And number two, we need to discuss the availability of the pad or the things that young ladies use to deal with menstruation. We are told that the costs are rather high, and so there are many interventions, including a possible reduction on taxation on sanitary pads and so on. These are the conversations that we are having, and we are hopeful that we will take the conversation forward, because we need to find solutions to this problem.
Reporting from Parliament, my name is Ni Aikwe Okain for Citi News.
Now, in a remarkable act of compassion, high life musician Inshiraba Kojo has not only secured his own release after a 2-week stint in Sekondi prisons for contempt of court, but has also paid the fine to set free 12 other inmates. Additionally, he has taken the responsibility of reintegrating them into society. These inmates, who had been serving prison terms for petty offences they could not afford to pay fines for, expressed their gratitude to Inshiraba Kojo for his actions, and they are determined to avoid returning to prison. Citi News' Akwasi Ejeanim brings us more.
Inshiraba Kojo, a successful hip-life musician and the owner of the popular NK City nightclubs, including branches in Sekondi, Takoradi, Accra and Cape Coast, unexpectedly found himself behind bars on April 26, 2023. The Sekondi Commercial Court had sentenced him to 30 days in prison for contempt of court in a case related to noise complaints from his nightclub following difficulties in purging himself of the charge. However, after his release, Inshiraba Kojo visited the Sekondi Central Prisons to pay for the release of 12 inmates who he had encountered during his own imprisonment.
I promised them when I come out from Sekondi prisons, I'll also make sure they will also come out. At least not all of them, but this particular one, these 12 people, there was a promise that I'll make sure they will come out. And I thank God so much that I'm witnessing this today. Myself, I knew I can do this, but then sometimes you can do a promise, but when you go out there, your mind can change. But I said to myself, no, I have to do this. So, it's for our glory and it's for our victory. And this man like this, I was at the same place with him, and I told him, I promised him personally.
Inshiraba Kojo shared his intentions with Citi News, emphasizing his commitment to assisting the released inmates in successfully reintegrating into their communities.
Already, when I was inside with them, I told them, the reason why they are here, when they go out, they should make sure they won't come back here again. So from here, we are not going to leave them here. We are taking them home, give them reception, clothe them, and then take them to where they are coming from. And then we'll do follow up. And if there's any support, you can support them in terms of work. And any support, if there is any talent, we can push. That's so it's not going to end here. Yeah.
Some of the freed convicts expressed their deep gratitude to Inshiraba Kojo and spoke about the determination to steer clear of future incarceration.
They find me for asking court for 30 million, and I don't have money to pay.
So they sentenced me to come and work for hard labor for 14 months for secondary prison. And I come. The time I come, even this man, Shiraba Kujo, come there to come and spend 2 weeks for there. But that 2 weeks, when you see how you are suffering for there, and the man say is able to help us. So the man come out, and today,
13 months. My mind, I never even dreamed that I'll be living by this time. My mind is on November, but God can do anything. So it's a surprise. And God bless my helper that helps me today by going out. Thank Him. And God will truly bless him to the everlasting life.
These 12 who today have been released by the kind courtesy of Inshiraba Kojo, the Hip Life artists, are happy for their release today. But if society does not create the enabling environment for their integration back home, they are likely to find themselves back at the prisons. For Citi News, I'm Akosedianim, Secondly.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV with me, Kweku Ediama Ansah. Still ahead. Voice Factory Season 5 live shows kicks off this Saturday. Details coming up shortly. Please to stay.
That globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. That's why by giving her Pepsodent, you're not only protecting her teeth, but also helping her grow up and thrive at every stage of her life with a healthy and confident smile, so she can succeed and achieve all of her dreams. Because every smile matters.
Finally, anyone can become a household.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You Go Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated prizes, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.yougoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. You Go Flip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
You're welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. In more stories, the highly anticipated musical reality show, The Voice Factory Season 5, is set to begin its live shows on Saturday, June 17. The show, powered by Citi TV and sponsored by Citi FM, will air every Saturday for the next 13 weeks. The Voice Factory aims to transform the musical careers of 11 talented contestants who have been carefully selected from across the country. These contestants will showcase their vocal abilities and compete against each other for the ultimate prize of becoming the winner of The Voice Factory Season 5. The following report has more. The journey to the live shows of Voice Factory Season 5 has been intense and fiercely contested. On the audition days, more than 100 talented individuals stood before the esteemed judges, aiming to showcase their vocal prowess and secure a coveted spot in the limited slots available for the live shows. After a rigorous screening process, the judges carefully selected their top 10 finalists. However, due to the incredible high level of competition, the judges found themselves facing a difficult decision and decided to introduce the wild card option.
A lot of people these days, young people, they are bolder about their decisions when it comes to chasing their dreams. So these are dream chasers. Now, when the judges sat down to whittle down to the top 10, there were actually 5 people they didn't know what to do with. So we said, okay, if you can't give us 15 people, at least let us have one wild card. So that's what we did.
On Friday, the contestants undertook the final rehearsals alongside the band, striving to ensure a flawless performance come Saturday.
Something so beautiful, flowing down like a waterfall. I feel like you've always been forever a part of me. And it's so beautiful. It's finally realized somewhere around in my
So with few hours to the very first live show of the season 5 of The Voice Factory, how are our contestants gearing up to this particular day? I want to speak to some of the ladies here. I mean, some of them were rehearsing their lines already. The songs they will be singing for you, hopefully on Saturday. But I want to just speak to them briefly. Hi, how are you feeling?
The feelings are so mixed right now, but I'm excited because the journey has been nice so far. It's been interesting and adventurous. I've learned lots of new things. I mean, there was a whole lot to do with the voice than I thought. And the Voice Factory helped me. In fact, I've discovered lots of things I could do with my voices, and I've discovered abilities I didn't even expect my voice to be going through. So I'm so grateful, and I'm excited to be part of this season. I can't wait for the live show. Yes.
Are we to expect more from you on the live show that particular Saturday evening?
Definitely you will, because I'm really warming up for that.
We are warming up as well, so yeah.
Well, some people say that they are feeling nervous and all of that.
I'm also feeling nervous because I'm just trying to shake up so that I wouldn't go and do anything that's going to worry me. But yeah, we are going to make it. We are going to do it very well.
Now the day is over. Tomorrow is another day. I'm just well prepared. You understand? Yeah. But when I go, I'm going to learn more. You understand? Yeah. Tomorrow is just going to be fire. And I'm going to do my best. Yeah. By doing my best, I mean doing me. Yeah, so.
I've actually spoken to some of the contestants. They are nervous already. But what you give in there, I mean, I know it's not the original thing that you're going to do for us, but then that is fireworks. What should we expect from you?
As for now, I don't really know what to tell you guys, but I'm going to pull a surprise on everyone. That's what I'm going to do. It's Reguelo.
Let me speak to the head of programs production, Apioko Serum here. Apioko, many thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me, Clayton.
Well, we've seen rehearsals ongoing, the final rehearsals and all of that. Tell us, how is Saturday evening going to be like for people who are planning on missing it? What are you telling them?
Well, I don't know why people at this point are planning on missing it or would be planning to miss it. But as you can see, you can hear, the contestants are doing a technical dress rehearsal. So we've got the band in there, you know, the music director is here. They've been rehearsing these songs all week. Tomorrow's theme is R&B, rhythm and blues. So we've asked them to go back into the rhythm and blues repertoire, really dig in there, pick a song that resonates with them, a lot of them are very young, so they may not have even been born when some of these songs were produced or when they were hits. But they're recurrent songs, and so they're songs that are popular. And we really asked them and told them that if you are going to be a musician or an entertainer, you should understand music in its broader spectrum.
I keep on falling.
So the chase is on for us to find out who is going to emerge the winner for season 5 of The Voice Factory. But remember, you also have a chance to vote. Well, this is still the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Up next is CNR Business with Na Shika Caesar.
Hello and welcome to CNR Business with me, Nashika Caesar. Now, banks and other financial institutions in the country experienced a total loss of 56 million Ghana cedis due to fraudulent activities in the year 2022. However, this figure represents a 7.8% decrease compared to the 61 million recorded in 2021. The data comes from the 2022 fraudulent report compiled by the Financial Stability Department of the Bank of Ghana, which highlighted both attempted and successful fraudulent activities reported by these institutions. The prices of petroleum products were set to experience a slight increase beginning June 16, 2023. The projected increment ranged between 2% and 5% compared to the current pump prices. The depreciation of the cedi against major trading currencies was attributed to the hike. However, that of liquefied petroleum gas LPG was to remain the same. Gabriel Kwame is the Vice President of the LPG Marketers Association of Ghana, and he said there will be a 5% drop in LPG prices beginning tomorrow.
The price of LPG is actually going to take a downward trend. We are expecting LPG price to go down by about 5%. Between 5 and 7% beginning today. But now we have begun receiving prices from the BDCs.
We do apologize for that wrong insect over there. Now let's move on to some other stories. Cocoa farmers in the Prestea Huni Valley municipality of the Western region are urging the government to immediately raise the price of cocoa. They caution that the failure to do so will result in the continuous sale of cocoa farms for illegal mining activities, commonly known as galamsey, in the area. Citi News' Akwesi Nim has more in the following reports.
Farmers from the Daman cocoa districts in the Galamsey endemic area of Prestea Huni Valley municipality who gathered at Daman to receive Goldfields Ghana Foundation's free fertilizers and pesticide support told Citi News that the threat of galamsey to cocoa is due to the low cocoa price and government's wish from free to subsidized cocoa farm input delivery to farmers.
Goldfields Ghana Foundation, Daman Mine, they are supporting farmers in the catchment area always, about 5 years now. That helped increase our productions now. Cocoa farmers, we are in hardship now. So we are pleading to Cocoa Board and government to increase our cocoa price for us. Because of that, some farmers sold their farms to galamsey and many workers to destroy, some cutting their cocoa and planting rubber. So now, if the price goes on, these all things can be stopped.
The Sustainability Development Manager of Goldfields Ghana Limited, Robert Sian, assured of their continued commitment to the cocoa sector.
Today, 600 farmers have so far enjoyed support from the foundation under the program. This year in 2023, 240 farmers have benefited from the input at a cost of $20,000 to enhance their production.
Head of Public Affairs at the Cocoa Board, Stephen Fifi Boafo, reacted to the farmers' concerns.
I'm not seized with the powers to tell how much farmers will receive, but I know the world market price has an effect on how much farmers will receive. So the assurance is that farmers should be optimistic and look forward to what will happen in October when the Reserve Price Review Committee come out with the price.
Now, a group called Locked Up Investment Holders Forum has threatened to picket at the Bank of Ghana over what it describes as the regulator's silence on the locked up funds in the finance houses and savings institutions and loans companies. The group, in a letter to the central bank, urges the Bank of Ghana to use proceeds from the Stability Fund to resource finance houses that are unable to settle withdrawal requests. At a press conference in Accra, convener for the group, Dr. Edu Ananenju, warned that if the central bank does not grant their request, they may be forced to picket at the Bank of Ghana.
Bank of Ghana must engage the Ministry of Finance and the relevant development partners to use part of the Financial Stability Fund to provide liquidity support to the affected finance houses and savings and loans companies. However, if the Bank of Ghana no longer believes in the economic importance of the affected finance house and savings and loans companies, and therefore unwilling to work to get them the much-needed liquidity support to survive, Bank of Ghana should close them down and settle their customers' deposit and investment, just as it did in 2017-2018 when some financial institutions faced similar challenges. We wish to advise that if we do not receive a positive response from you towards the resolution of our complaint within a reasonable period, we shall be left with no other option than to picket the Bank of Ghana to press home our demand for Bank of Ghana to work to get us our money back.
Now, cybersecurity experts have urged the Bank of Ghana to bolster its regulations concerning loan applications following the widespread proliferation of uncertified loan apps. The following report has more.
The Bank of Ghana recently identified 97 online apps that were found to be involved in unlicensed lending activities, violating the Bank's Unspecialized Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2016 Act 930. In light of these developments, cybersecurity expert Maximus Ametogo has stressed the necessity for the Bank of Ghana to strengthen its regulation of loan applications.
The Bank of Ghana must, engage the telecom service providers, the value service providers, and then those who develop all these apps, so that no app, payment platform, or electronic money issuer, either a loan giver or a money transfer organization, can operate on the internet in Ghana without approvals from Bank of Ghana.
Additionally, Mr. Ametogo suggested the development of a short code or an app that individuals can use to verify the certification and legitimacy of loan apps.
Policy where somebody who hears about the short code can go to the platform and go and verify if the company has been licensed to operate as a financial service provider. Right, that should be there, either a short code or an app where people can check. Maybe a short code will be better, okay, because that one you don't need internet and it can operate nationwide.
That's all for CNR Business. My name is Nashika Caesar.
And that's our package for you on today's edition of the Citi Newsroom. But before we go, a recap of our headlines. Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia files nomination and pledges digital transformation agenda for NPP's 2024 election campaign. Residents of Teshi demand timely completion of Ina Road rehabilitation project. Uncertainty grips artisans and traders at Odifo Asare Park in Kumasi following High Court ruling. Voice Factory Season 5 live shows kicks off this Saturday. For more news, do log on to our website, citinewsroom.com. Subscribe to Citi Tube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. My name is Kweku Adriama, and so many thanks for your company.
The day of a competition. From the shores to the pools to the beaches across the land, if you fancy yourself a competitive swimmer, this is for you. The Citi TV National Swimming Championships is happening on the 15th and the 16th of July 2023.